What's going on, guys? Kivox and Meekachii here. We're going to be doing this. What is it called again?
What we've watched?
What we've watched in the last 2 weeks. We've kind of been doing it every 2 weeks. That's the plan, 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. How are we structuring this? Are we going to do like
We'll briefly mention things that we're in the middle of. First being Hawkeye, which we talked a little bit about last time. Critical Role we're in the middle of, and Hellbound. We watched 2 more episodes. So we caught up to Critical Role up until last week. So we were missing the latest episode, that's it.
part of it, right? We started.
No, we fell asleep.
No, we started it. We started.
Oh yeah, on Twitch.
We started watching it on Twitch. Yeah. And it's what's his name?
What?
Why can't I remember his name?
Robbie?
No,
Oh, you're
Travis.
Travis.
Travis is back, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's so much
better.
I love his characters in this season.
Yeah.
And then Hellbound is just more of the same. I don't think it's gotten any better. I think it's the same. I
totally disagree, apparently.
Well,
I like it better. I didn't like episode 1.
That's the thing.
This is getting more development.
I didn't think episode 1 was bad. I thought it was setting up for all of this. So
Yeah.
I expected this. You just like want instant gratification all the time. That's the problem.
Not true.
It is. And then
That's
obviously,
it?
no, I mean Hawkeye's
Hawkeye, yeah.
only one
it's still
episode
good.
tomorrow, today.
Wait, it's ending?
Yeah, last episode.
What?
Episode 6 or whatever. Episode 6. Last episode.
Crazy.
The end. There was some big reveals too in the last thing. Do you remember?
No.
The thing at the end, the very end.
Remind me.
The picture that they showed of 2 people standing next to each other. There was a person in a white outfit.
Oh, wait, I think I know. We'll talk about it later. Then we have new shows that we started. Not new shows really, but maybe new seasons of some things. Like, for example, we started the newest season of It's Always Sunny. We watched all of it so far, so there's 6 episodes out.
It's weird. I think they're releasing them like 2 episodes
Yeah.
at a time.
I don't know why.
I don't know either. Maybe they have like an hour-long block or something that they're releasing them on. Seems kind of like a waste.
Yeah, I feel like I don't expect much of It's Always Sunny, and it's just kind of entertaining and like what I expect. What do you think?
Yeah, it's more of It's Always Sunny. It's a little bit more like political.
Yeah.
In this season, at least I've noticed.
But they kind of they're making fun of it a little bit.
Yeah, in some ways. Hey, dog.
Can you sit down? Excuse me.
She's gonna die.
It's all right. I feel like there are other seasons of It's Always Sunny that I liked more, but it's just kind of one of those shows that we kind of put on when we're eating and just to fill the silence while we eat.
Yeah, so while we talk about that, what's another show that we recently started that we do that with now?
Poops Creek.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek is a very popular show that I'm very confused about. Why?
Well, I'm liking it more now. When we first started, so we watched 10 episodes so far. And when we first started watching it, we literally were like, what is wrong with people for liking the show? Like, it was awful.
It was.
And then it got still awful. Like, I think it didn't start getting better until like 4 or 5 episodes in.
Well, it took like 6 episodes for us to laugh once.
Yeah, literally.
So, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like
the characters.
It's definitely the characters and like the type of humor for the first couple of episodes. There's still stuff that like
is dumb.
Is not very good. It's like about 10% of the show is good. About like 1% of the show is funny.
I just really don't like the main girl character.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I hate her.
The young girl. I don't really like. I like David. He's probably my favorite character, and Stevie.
Yes.
Those 2 are my favorite.
Yeah, just make a show about them. I feel like I don't care about the parents.
Are annoying.
They're just
really annoying.
It's like and I get it. You're supposed to like hate them and like not like, but it's just like they're so unlikable, and they're such shitty people that it's like, and then they like the decisions that they make, and like I hate like the whole like, oh, let's get high comedy thing, or oh, let's get drunk, everybody's drunk, it's so funny, look at me, I threw up. Like, we're not into that type of humor, so it's like, it's not very good.
I feel like the last few episodes, there's like one line in it that'll make us chuckle, and like that's it.
Yeah.
But I don't hate it anymore. Like, I really didn't like the first few episodes, but I kept just like watching just in case it got better, because people make such a big deal out of this show, and I didn't get it. I'm like, what am I missing?
Another show that I watched that was like that, I think, was Parks and Rec. It's kind of like that.
Did I watch the first episode? What was the one I watched?
Arrested Development. Parks and Rec is kind of like that. Arrested Development is kind of like that too. It takes a little while to get
I'm gonna say the first episode
used
didn't wow me.
to it. But like a lot of comedy is like that too. It's like you almost have to acclimate to the humor. You have to like understand
the
characters and the comedy behind it, and almost like expect what's gonna happen next, and that kind of makes it funnier. So maybe that's what's happening now. We've had like, because it was like, what, Sunday night, we were like just relaxing, and we're like, oh, let's check out this show that everybody says it's great, and then we just left it on.
Yeah.
Trying to like understand, like we were just like,
we were literally like pooping in bed, wondering why people love it.
We're just like, I don't understand, and then we're like, I guess we'll just hate watch this show for the rest of the thing.
Kind of where we were at, like 3 episodes in, we were just like, if anything, we could talk about how much we hated it, and I really did not like the first like probably 4 episodes.
Yeah, but it could also be like the writers are starting to find their thing. That's kind of what happened with season 1 of Parks and Rec. Season 1 of Parks and Rec didn't really know what it was trying to do. It was very much a Office clone, and then in season 2 they kind of found their rhythm, and it became a much better show.
I feel like episode 1 of this, we were like, that must
maybe
have been
that's
a pilot.
The pilot. Yeah,
it must
that
be
was
a
the
pilot. It was so awful.
Yeah.
Awful. Like, I don't know how it got created into a show because it was so bad, but let's keep watching it. And then episode 2 was just kind of like, it really wasn't any better, but I don't know. I guess we kind of just hate watched it, and now we're at a point where it's like
bearable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say it's like a 2 out of 5 right now.
We'll see how it is in the future. We'll see if it gets better. But it's one of the shows that we watch like while we're eating or
not
getting
really
ready
attention,
to come
putting on
upstairs.
makeup.
Yeah.
We also started watching a weird anime at night when we can't sleep. Durarara.
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 You don't have to say it like that. You could say it in English.
Durarara.
Durarara. It's supposed to be the sound that a motorcycle makes, but the motorcycle in the show makes a horse sound. I didn't even think about this. She thought about this, pointed it out to me, and I was just like, that's ridiculous.
So I know that in Japanese, like, they don't use the same like word descriptors like we use for sounds. So like we say, you know, like, I can't think of it, drip for like a dripping noise, or like screech for like a wheel.
Do we say drip? You're just saying the sound.
Screech.
You're like thunder. I say the sound
screech,
thunder.
Or what about like squeal, or like
there you go. That's more descriptive.
They make different noise. They have different noises.
Yeah,
so I'm like, what does that mean?
Like, what sound does a dog make?
Yeah, they don't say bark or woof.
It's not bark. A dog barks, but they don't make a bark.
Yeah.
They don't go bark, bark, bark.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. It's not like meow.
So anyway, I was like, what does that noise mean? And so I Googled it, and that's apparently what it means. But then I was like, that makes no sense, because this is what I understand, like a headless horseman type retelling.
Well, why? No, come on. This is in the book. You can't say a headless horseman retelling.
Yeah.
That's
Sleepy Hollow type deal.
No, it's not.
It totally is.
Okay, so you're telling me that in Sleepy Hollow, the headless horseman is a good guy? He's a transporter? Hey. Is he a transporter? Does he save girls that are getting attacked?
Yeah, he kills people.
Exactly. So not the same thing at all.
A retelling.
It's not a retelling. Also, she has a head, and she's looking for her head.
The headless horseman held his head too.
No, he held a pumpkin.
Whatever, dude.
Not
It's
the same
totally-
thing at
Google
all.
it. I bet you it's a headless horseman retelling.
It's a headless horseman, but not a headless horseman
Her
retelling.
motorcycle makes a horse noise.
Yes, she has
And it used to be a horse.
Also, she also did not ride a horse. She rode a carriage that was pulled by the horse. Just saying.
Anyway,
so therefore, not even a headless horseman.
We watched 6 episodes of that show. Not even, I don't think. I think like 5.5.
And
I think we're DNFing it.
I don't like it. It's also going away. It's on Netflix and it's leaving Netflix pretty soon. So it's one of those things that's like, I guess we're.
Do we want to finish
26
episodes?
In like 10 days?
Nah.
I don't think so. It's not that good.
It's just boring. Like we're in, and it kind of follows a lot of like side characters at some points that you just don't really care
that's
about.
all it does. That's all it is. It's every episode is about a new person.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It hasn't been about like the same person twice in a row.
I really don't care if we watch it ever again.
Wow.
The end.
Wow.
I'm gonna say we should DNF it.
Wow.
However, we're talking about shows, but I'm gonna screw it up a little bit and talk about movies for a second because we watched
The Invisible Husband?
The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf.
Oh.
Because we wanted to watch Witcher season 2.
Well, it doesn't matter. You don't have to watch it. I don't even know if it's canonical with The Witcher, that Witcher. The TV show. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know if it's directly derived from the book and it's its own thing, or if it is directly connected to. The Witcher is loosely based on the book, right? Half loose. They try to follow as much as they can, and I don't know. I didn't read all the books, and I don't know if there is a book specifically about.
I have no idea.
About what's his name again?
Vesemir
or not. But I liked it. It was good. The animation was beautiful.
I liked it a lot.
I'm surprised you like it a lot because you didn't seem to really be interested in it at all. I've been wanting to watch it for like 2 months.
Yeah, but you know me. I put everything off forever.
Since it came out, and I was just like,
Frozen.
I kind of like tricked you into it. I was like, oh, Meek, I guess we got to watch this because it's part of The Witcher comes out like tomorrow, so we better watch this. It was cool. It kind of helped you get more of the story that was involved, right?
I kind of wish I had watched it before season 1, but it didn't exist. Mm-hmm. But it does explain the history of the Witcher, Witchers, and yeah. So I really liked it. I thought it was good.
Me too.
And then we watched 4 episodes of The Witcher, which, man, I just love that show. I just love it. It's so good.
I'm not liking it as much as the first season, but I don't know if it's just because like nothing has really happened.
Well, I guess it's not as action-packed.
Everything right now is just kind of like aftermath of what happened in season 1.
Yeah.
And season 1 had that whole timey-wimey, like it was 3 timelines converging into the current timeline for season 2. So it was like kind of weird.
People complained about that though, so that's probably why they got rid of it.
No, they probably got rid of it because the story converged, and now it would be weird for them to tell like a 3-way story again like that, and that would be really weird. It was confusing, but I thought it was well done.
I like this season. I don't know. I like getting to know some of the characters better.
I think it's gonna get better, but I just think right now it's a little slow.
I like it.
And we haven't had any like real fight scenes. If you think about it, I know. I want to see some cool fights. We've had a couple fight scenes.
It's mostly character development and story development. Like we're learning more about like the elves and like their past.
Yeah.
And how like why everyone hates them.
The
now.
Convergence, I think it's called.
I don't really understand why everyone hates them now.
I think the elves weren't the original people of the land.
The elders or whatever. I think so. Yeah.
But they were the elves, and then the convergence happened, and it was like people from a different world combined into their world.
I clearly missed something.
That wasn't explained in the thing. That's from the books, I believe. The ones that
I missed that in the books.
read, like 4 of the books.
I read 3, I think. 4.
That's practically 4.
I think I did read 4.
There you go.
I can't remember.
Jeez.
Anyway,
I read 1.
I don't know. I really like it. I like. I find the characters more likable. Sort of.
I feel like they're not explaining enough. I want them to explain more. I want to know more. I just want more lore of the world. Like I don't understand enough about the world, even though I've played some of the games.
You played a lot of the game.
And
even though you don't remember the 3 hags.
I feel like a normal person that knows nothing about Witcher can't appreciate a lot of what's going on because they don't know anything. And I feel like they're not explaining enough. They've mentioned elder blood, but I feel like there isn't enough there to understand. Like honestly, like I don't think they've ever explained the convergence or whatever it's called.
No, because I don't remember that.
And like I think they've mentioned it a couple times, but they haven't really explained it. And I don't really know what it is. So it's like, I feel like the show needs to explain some more of that. And I hope they do in this season.
So he made me watch Matrix 1 last time. What's Matrix 2 called again?
Reloaded.
Yeah, we watched that. I don't know. Maybe this is obviously an unpopular opinion.
Witcher or Matrix 4 comes out today. Today.
Yeah. I just don't love the Matrix.
You're dumb. Stop being dumb, dude.
The first movie was good, but like the second one, it's just like a bunch of bad action.
It's a common thing that the second and third one are not as good as the first one, because the first one has all of the mystery. You don't know what's going on. You don't know anything. And now the story continues. The second and third one were more actiony and developed the world more. But it's a common thing, especially the third one. People didn't like as much. I just think like for the time, they are classics. They are classics, and you just gotta like look past the slightly bad CG. The story is super interesting.
When you pointed out the coat CG, I couldn't stop seeing it. I didn't see it at first.
I'm sorry.
It was so bad.
It's just CG back then wasn't like what it wasn't.
I still have the same problem with the movie. First off, the fight scenes are way too long. Way too long for me. I'm just not a fan of fight scenes and stuff like that, really, in general.
I honestly think that the new one is going to change your mind on the fights for the Matrix, because like fight scenes, that you got to realize that like before that movie, like fights weren't cool like that. Like they didn't have like cool anime stuff, because there was a lot of anime inspiration in these movies.
I don't think the fights are cool. It's like this.
They are
Let
cool.
me float.
But what are you complaining? What are you comparing it to?
Any fight in any movie. Rurouni Kenshin.
That's modern, Meek. That's very modern and very anime.
But it's awesome.
But it's modern. Like,
but it looks realistic.
No, it doesn't. But it looks much better.
I have a hard time getting over how they fight, and the look of it isn't my favorite. Like the aesthetics, I just don't love the look of it. The characters are good. Like I like all the characters. It's probably its saving grace. Yeah, like I like all the main characters.
So what would you give the Matrix and the sequels?
Matrix 2, 2.5.
Okay, it's your opinion. It's
Matrix 3, we're only halfway through. I can't remember the names of them. 2 is what? Reloaded?
Reloaded, yeah.
And then what?
Revolution?
No.
Revolutions?
Revolution? So we're only like halfway through that one.
Resurrection is the new one.
I did like, we started watching the Animatrix.
Maybe Resurrections.
The Animatrix was
so
good.
you liked that dumb, like, samurai, like, Animatrix. No, I liked
the beginning of it too, like how they explained the war. You know what's hilarious?
The first
I have
war
to bring
thing
this up.
Was the best.
I have to bring this up.
I think that hold on. I think that was called like the Renaissance or the Second Renaissance or something. Was that Animatrix? That was the best Animatrix like episode, because it just tells us the history. I feel like that needs to be watched out of all of the Animatrix.
Second.
Yeah, like watch or even get that story in the middle when like Morpheus is explaining the war and stuff, you know?
So I have to bring this up because I think it's hilarious that I told one of my coworkers how I watched The Matrix for the first time recently, and my other coworker was like, I've never seen it. And I'm like, wow, I thought I was the only person like ever that didn't see it. And so my coworker was explaining the story, and he was like, yeah, then these aliens came down. And I was like, no way, I called them aliens too. And Kivox yelled at me, and he said, no, they're robots or whatever. And I was like, he's like, no, they're not, they're aliens. And I was like, no, dude. I said, I just watched the Animatrix, and they're totally our AI that evolved essentially and got smarter than us, and he was just like mind blown.
He obviously didn't pay attention to the freaking
I thought
movie.
it was hilarious because
you,
we had this exact fight.
Because you knew that after watching the first movie. Like, I didn't have to explain to you that they were robots. You knew that.
I know, but to me, I still, for some reason, in my gut, feel like they're alien robots. Even though now, after watching the Animatrix, I know better.
But even before the Animatrix,
I knew technically, but I still thought of it as like alien tech, I guess I could
But
say.
what'd you think of the reveal of like the Matrix? Because like when I watched it, I already knew what the Matrix was.
That's sad.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you were in the know back in the day, like if you watched the trailers, you knew.
It spoiled that?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Is that why you were so shocked that I didn't know anything about the Matrix?
Also because there were video games and all this crazy like publicity and like information and 3 freaking movies.
All right, well, I guess I'm glad I experienced it the way it was meant to be experienced.
Yeah, that was so cool. Like I was great.
I mean, obviously we're gonna finish the 3rd one. I would like to finish the Animatrix. I thought the samurai one was really cool. But I did like the first 2 episodes too. Where
And there was the dumb runner one.
That one was dumb.
It's just like all of like the Animatrix is a cool idea. Did you know that one of the games was actually like because there was live action parts that were filmed during live action video for one of the games that follows Naomi, and Ghost was like her partner. Naomi is Morpheus's old love interest.
Her name?
Niobe.
Oh, yeah.
Niobe.
Niobe or something.
Niobe, yeah, whatever. If I played that game, it was dope. It was so cool because like
what was it for, like PS2?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. And it was so cool because it like you watched the first movie and then or the second movie, and then that game came out, and then the 3rd movie came out like right after that, and it was super cool because like literally both of those movies came out in the same year, which is nuts. And they literally filmed them back to back. Like they were filming both of them at the same time. And they were also filming all the footage for that game. And that game was canon. And it was what they were doing during the 1st and 2nd movie to help with what's happening in the movie. So it's almost like part of the story, which no one will ever experience because it's an old PS2 game.
I bet you could buy it on PSN or something.
Maybe. But it's like, it wouldn't hold up, obviously, because it's one of those old games, but it's just cool. You could probably maybe find
still find like
footage.
Silent Hill 3 though looks good. Shut up. It totally
Is that
does.
the one with the girl that doesn't want to touch the toilet?
Yeah, I'm not putting my hand in that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. We saw Matrix 2, Animatrix, Fifth Element.
I'm sorry, T.
Another sci-fi classic.
She didn't like it.
It was okay. It was a little cheesy. It was not what I thought it was going to be.
Dude, what about the Skeksis? This is in the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
They kind of look like Skeksis, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
So I loved how much practical stuff was in that. There wasn't a lot of CG.
So here's another. So just back this.
It was a beautiful movie.
I also didn't know anything about Fifth Element, which I feel kind of
helped, right?
Well, no, I feel like it's lumped together with the Matrix a lot as far as like generational, like sci-fi movies that were mind blowing at the time.
Yeah.
And it was not what I thought it was going to be. I guess I expected the story to be way more epic and just like.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
It's a very simple story and a very like. I don't know. It was okay. I probably would give it a 3. I feel like if I had watched it back when it was meant to be watched. You gotta
put your mindset back when it came out.
But I've seen so much cool stuff now that like that's not so like mind blowing.
But think about this though, right? Like, so that movie is like there was so much practical coolness, like you know that all those like ships that were flying around that are like their vehicle, the taxi, that was all practical and like put together. You know, that wasn't CG. There's no way that it looked too good to be CG.
You said that and I thought about Knight Rider or whatever it is.
Oh my god, those commercials
so
for that is so good. Okay, so anyway, if they did that nowadays, everything would be CG.
Yeah.
It would all be CG. Even those aliens, it was all practical masks and stuff. And
I'm not saying it looked bad. It was fine.
I think it still holds up
A 3 is not bad, but it's good.
I definitely think it's a watch for me. I really like
I'm
it.
glad I experienced it, but I definitely don't think I would ever watch it
I don't
again.
think it's a 5, but I'm glad that you finally watched it, and you get it right.
I mean, I get at the time why it was so epic for people, and I can see why now it would be nostalgic.
Also, your dad was in it.
Oh my god!
When he was young.
Stop. We'll leave the other one for last. So the Invisible Man. So
no, I thought it was called The Invisible Husband.
Oh yeah. So
okay, no. Let me tell the story.
All right.
So I started watching this
because
by
I
myself.
originally saw the trailer and I was like, nah, it looks dumb.
That looks stupid. Yeah, blah blah blah. And I was just like,
to like 99% of trailers. To be fair.
So then I started watching it, and I got.
You didn't say to be fair. Okay.
To be fair, and I started watching it by myself. You were sleeping.
Yeah, because I'm hoping because you knew I didn't like it based on the trailer.
Yes.
Because you're a nice husband.
Yeah, most of the things I watch, I know that either you're not gonna like it because it doesn't look like your type of thing. I'm a pretty good judge of what you like. I'm more of a better judge than you are.
Sometimes.
I'm a better judge of what you like than you are because most of the time.
Continue.
Okay. So I started watching it, and like, I started getting super anxious. I only got about half an hour in, and I was like having a panic attack, laying in bed by myself in the dark.
We are scared by like completely different things.
It's the like there were so many
Suspense.
good choices for camera angles and shots and audio design, especially in the first half of the movie. Really freaked me out. I think if you were watching it by yourself in the house by yourself, you would be more freaked out.
I was there, was I not? You said
you were, but you were sleeping. How are you going to help me against an invisible husband? If an invisible husband showed up, how would that help?
So
anyway, I started watching it, and then I stopped, and I was just like, I'm going to try to get her to watch this with me because it's super creepy. And then I was like, hey, Meek, there's a really creepy movie. I didn't want to tell her what it was because I knew if I told her it was,
because
hey,
we saw the trailer, and I was like, nah,
it's the Invisible Husband movie, and she would be like, can't be. That's literally her reaction.
So how he pitched it to me was, it's a scary movie.
Yeah. And you were like, oh, is it Ghost? And I was like, kinda. It's kind of a ghost. And then as soon as she saw the opening scene where they show the first character, she's like, is this the Invisible Husband movie? And I'm like, no. And she's like, she's in that Invisible Husband movie. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you kept saying Invisible Husband, and I'm just like, what the hell is she? Why is she calling it that, you weirdo?
Because based on the trailer.
So it was on HBO Max or whatever, and I was gonna watch it. I started watching it because I was like, ooh, this is going away in a couple of days. So I was like, hey, Meek, we should watch this movie soon because it's going away. And you're like,
okay,
yeah. And I asked you the night before. I don't know if it was already gone by then, but I asked you the night before. I was like, hey, you want to watch this?
I don't remember.
And you were like, no. Not right now. And I was like, okay, cool. Then the next day I finally convinced her to watch it, and then I like clicked on it and it was gone. They got rid of it. And I was like, Meek, they got rid of it. And then we spent a half an hour trying to convince me. An hour you trying to convince me to spend $4 to rent it.
Because he will not rent movies.
I hate renting movies. He will not.
So
if it was $10, I would have bought it. But it was $15, and I was like, I'm probably never going to watch this movie again. It's not like The Joker or Joker or like a good movie like that. So I'll buy something like that, which we did when we ended up watching it again with your parents, which was nice. But this, I don't see us ever like watching again. But it was really good.
It was better than I thought it was going to be. Obviously,
it was super creepy.
I didn't find it as creepy as you for some reason.
It's just, it's just like the creepiness. Like my scariest thing is like if there was somebody standing behind me this whole time,
and
I would
can't see it, but
I
that's
would
like a ghost.
poop my pants. No, like I couldn't see them until I go to edit the video. Imagine that. And
but what about,
like imagine if Jay Kristoff popped out of behind that monitor again and I didn't see him until I edited the video. I would like leave the room.
I don't know if I find ghosts more scary or real people.
Real people, because they're real. Ghosts aren't real.
Yes, they are.
They are not real. They don't even exist.
They do.
When was the last time you saw a ghost on the news?
On the news?
Yeah, like murdering somebody.
Never.
Because there's a ton of people that murder people all the time. There's a lot of that going on. So no, go ahead. So tell me why ghosts are more scary.
Because people don't talk about them. They're like taboo.
No,
People
they're
are, like,
not
supposed
taboo.
to
They're just
believe
not
them.
real. There's a difference.
Anyway, it was a creepy movie. I enjoyed it. I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5.
Better than The Matrix and Fifth Element? Oh
Yes.
my God.
I
What
found
have
it
I
more
done?
entertaining. You really thought The Matrix was better. Matrix
Yes,
1 was
The
probably...
Matrix as a trilogy is great.
Matrix 1 was probably a 4, like, by itself.
Okay, at least that. At least we got that going on. The Matrix will always have a special place in my heart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
it
Yeah, and then Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, not just cash. Just throw that one out there. Casually throw that one out there. The rest
What
of
is
the
it
video,
called? Far From Home?
the last video,
Is that what it's called?
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Okay. I was like, Far From Home?
Think about
Okay.
it. Think about it.
Yeah, I know.
No Way Home makes way more sense.
No Way Home. Sort of.
Far From Home is the one he goes to like Paris because he's far from home.
Wait, is that actually the name of one of them?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, I hate these names. Anyway.
What was the first one? Homecoming.
No, okay.
Nah, okay. So, oh my God, this movie.
There's a whole video he's going to put out
Yeah.
talking about this movie.
Me
Spoilers.
and my boy Mike, spoilers, he didn't like it, but I adored it. I adored it.
I cried, I think, 3 times.
It was like chef's kiss.
It was good.
It was my favorite. I think as of right now, I liked it better than like Infinity War and all of the other
Wow.
all the other I was gonna say Matrix, all the other Marvel movies. It was just like I said something out loud in the movie theater several times. I cheered it was a cheer at the movie theater movie. It's a go watch it in the movie theaters because other people are just as excited, and it's just like, I want more of that.
It was well done. It really was, I think. I don't know as much about Marvel or Spider-Man as you, but I thought it was really well done.
Can we do like a video talking about it? Just you and me?
I feel like, would I have enough to say for a whole
You
video?
watched the movie. What do you mean do you have enough to
Maybe I'll do a reaction video to watching you guys talk about it.
No, you need to talk. Like, oh, what do you mean? You watched the whole movie? What? You don't have enough to say about the movie of the year.
Oh my God.
The best movie of all time. You.
So this is a star for you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's a 4.
What?
4.5.
What was wrong? What was wrong with it? What was wrong? What'd you have problems with, milady?
It just kind of, it didn't give me like the...
Dude, you cried. You laughed.
Yeah.
You were excited. You cried again. You laughed again. It was super funny, super fun, super great.
Are you okay?
I'm just saying, what was wrong with it?
I think at times it could be a little boring.
What? What?
Maybe 1 or 2 times I found myself like, all right, what time is it?
Okay, how about
All
this?
right.
What is a... Do not say Howl's Moving Castle, because Howl's Moving Castle is so boring.
No, it's like my favorite movie of all time.
As a movie, it is not very
It is my
good.
number 1 movie ever.
For nostalgia purposes, that's
Nah.
it. That's the only reason.
No.
You just like the art style. The story
It's amazing.
doesn't even make sense.
It does make sense.
It doesn't even make sense. That's your star. That is your... Well, that's just disappointing.
You want a divorce now?
That's just disappointing. You don't have to like...
What about Frozen? Frozen's like
No,
a star.
take away the music.
It's 5. It's funny.
What?
Frozen has a lot of funny parts.
Like what?
Like Kristoff and Anna.
What part?
Like the whole movie.
What part? Go ahead. What's the funny part? The part that like you laugh every time you watch it.
Where he calls her crazy for getting engaged. She's like, "You think I'm crazy?"
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. I regret making this video now, and knowing how you feel about
Your favorite movie ever?
The best Studio Ghibli movie. Okay. Granted, that is the best Ghibli movie.
What? Howl's Moving Castle?
Yes.
Yes, agreed.
But that's not really saying much because the other ones are terrible.
Spirited Away?
Spirited Away is second place. Still not very
Princess
good.
Mononoke?
Terrible. That's the one we
No,
watched.
it's not.
That's the one we were watching, right?
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Oh my God. I haven't even finished watching it. I got so bored.
I know. It sucks because I can't finish
It's
it.
so freaking boring.
Totoro?
It's super boring and nothing happens.
What?
It's like a fairy tale. Like it's like Snow White. It's like super boring. It's like it's fine. Visuals, beautiful. Artwork, great. Storyboarding, like a little bit weak. You know, the actual plot that they tell, it's a little.
Nausicaa?
No, again, they're all fine. They're all above average, but they're all like fine. Especially Howl's. I like it the most, but I wish there was more to like the world. Like I feel like there wasn't enough world building. It was just like, look at all this cool stuff that happens. He can change into a bird man. And if he stays that way
They
too long.
explain it, but very quickly.
Yeah, but they don't really explain it. They just kind of like.
There's a war.
Yeah, there's just.
We're calling all the wizards.
And I'm like, oh, this could be really cool.
Users.
And this is like, as soon as they start telling me what I want to know, like that, like the juice, you know, like the juice. I just want to milk it a little bit more and just like get all that juice out. And they don't give me enough. Howl's, like the world of Howl's Moving Castle could be so, with all the wizards and all the magic and all the coolness, it could be so great. Like it could be grand, you know, like, but it's not. It's
Calcifer.
It's exactly, but it's only okay.
No, it's amazing.
And also the Calcifer thing doesn't make that much sense either.
It's amazing.
Doesn't make that much sense.
So there's a whole video of him spoiling that movie.
But I would like to make some more videos about it. If you guys had any issues with Spider-Man and you watched it, leave a comment and say like, oh, this part didn't make sense. Like give us some like talking points.
Be careful not to spoil stuff for people. Maybe you should watch the other video and comment on that video when it comes out.
That's a good point.
I don't want you to spoil things for people because we'll probably delete your comment. And then
I don't know, man. Just don't read other people's comments. Do you go through
all the time? Every video I watch.
You read everyone's comments?
I read a lot of comments.
That's weird. I don't read anyone's comments.
And now they have the beta where you can like the comments show up in the video in the order that people put them in, like time wise.
I don't think our videos have that.
And it's usually only like a lot of views. Anyway.
Yeah.
Then we watched a couple of random things. So I
thought Spider-Man was last.
No, I wanted to talk about the trailer for the Miles movie.
Oh.
What's that movie called?
It's not the Miles movie. It's Spider-Man like into the multiverse or into the verse of the spiders.
Oh.
Unknown?
Into the unknown?
No, not that at all. That doesn't make sense. I don't even know what that's from. I don't even know the reference. The reference is probably from something stupid.
Frozen.
Yeah. That's what I said. Stupid.
It looks all right.
It looks great. It looks just like the first one. The first one was great. I'd say that's my second favorite Spider-Man movie. What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, Miles Morales one was a good one. It was a good movie.
It's called Spider-Man.
It made me cry. Not 3 times like this one, but it did make me
It was
cry.
a great movie. And for an animated movie, it was even better. But for just a regular movie, it was freaking great.
It was good.
Movies always get kind of weird at the end, and I feel like the ending of that movie wasn't as good as the ending of this one, but it was pretty good. It was a close second.
I heard, backtracking a little bit, that this Spider-Man is the last of this, like, arc almost.
What's the trilogy?
Yeah, so we don't get any more? Like, that's it?
No. So there's one more, I think, in the contract with Marvel for Tom Holland, but they may extend. They sign contracts for a certain amount of movies.
I thought I read on Twitter that this was like it.
No, there's one more.
Because I was like, that is the worst ending if it never continues.
So there's one more, and there's one more that's like definitely happening. And I think there's like, I don't know if there's another movie that he's going to be with somebody else. Like he's going to be like a cameo type deal, because that's usually what they do. They'll do like 5 movie deal, and 2 of those are cameos, and 3 of them are full features or whatever. But I'm hoping that they continue it, and maybe we'll get another trilogy.
Like, I saw him in an interview, a written interview that.
Oh, you saw him in it?
Well, no, I
was
read
he like walking
something,
around on the words?
That he mentioned like he wanted to take a break from acting now or
Tom?
something. Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
I
You can't
it.
take a break, bro. There's no such thing.
Dude. And then the last thing I think we watched the past 2 weeks is the Video Game Awards.
That was good.
I hate it.
Why?
Because I hate who won Game of the Year. It makes me mad.
Oh, that was a great game. It was between the two of us.
Spoiling
stuff. Nobody's gonna watch it. It's like 2 weeks later, dude.
It Takes Two.
That's the among the 2 of us. I thought that was a great game. As a game, the only reason she doesn't like it is because of that one part with the elephant. If you guys watched our Twitch stream of that game, you'll remember it. Basically,
Effed up.
It's an effed up part, but that doesn't make the game.
It does. They force you to do it. I don't like it. And then the 2 main characters that you play are insufferable. They're terrible people.
They are. They're terrible parents. Yes.
I hate it.
They are. But the game
It makes me angry.
The game is a video game.
If it's just the game without all the stupid like
story
book and the story and the dialogue,
then you wouldn't have played. Then it wouldn't be as good of a game. You're being very judgy in a nonsensical way.
So I feel
you're being like emotional for no reason. It's a freaking video game. They make you kill people in video games all the time.
Yeah, but not innocent.
It doesn't matter because someone's not innocent. You're willing to kill them. Is that what you're telling me? Exactly.
So I feel like the video
Nathan
game...
Drake kills hundreds of people every time you pick up the controller. He just kills them all. And I don't feel bad about it. Does that make me a bad person?
Yeah.
Well, then I'm a bad person.
But I feel like the Video Game Awards has pretty much just become, and maybe they were always this way, just like
trailers.
That's
great.
The whole time.
Yeah, we don't have E3 anymore, so it's pretty great now. Like
Dude, I remember
they revealed so much. It was so great. They even had the Sonic trailer. The Sonic looks great. I actually really liked the first movie. I was surprised because I didn't think I was gonna like it.
I started watching it and then I didn't finish.
You didn't finish it because I had already watched it and I was just showing you some highlights. I was like,
"No,
really...
you watched the first 30 minutes."
No, I was like, I'm not rewatching this. You can watch it by yourself because I don't want to rewatch it. It wasn't that good.
You're mean.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, the Video Game Awards was fine, but I did fall asleep for the last 30 minutes, and then you woke me up to tell me who won, and it made me very mad.
Yeah, and then you went right back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't fall asleep.
And then I woke up the next morning. I was like, "Oh, we did."
You were like, "Did you wake me up and tell me that this happened?" I was like,
"Yeah, I think that did happen."
That did happen. I was like, "No, that was a dream. That was a nightmare you had." Yeah, I was like,
and
no,
that's it.
It did happen.
I feel like we watched a lot for us. Like, we don't normally watch that much.
No, we also just kept track of everything too.
Yeah.
You know, some of these things were from the prior week that we didn't mention, and we remembered that we watched.
Yeah,
them,
true.
Which
true.
I wanted to specifically talk about Fifth Element because we recommended that by T.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. All right, guys. If you guys have any suggestions for things we should definitely check out, shows, movies, things that are coming out, if you guys are excited about any of this stuff, I'm totally going to do a Matrix thing. I want to do a Matrix thing.
What do you mean thing?
When we watch the second movie, the fourth movie, we got to talk about the Matrix.
Oh.
All right? It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about it.
So.
I really hope it's good. I'm just excited because like...
Are you going to buy me chocolate?
Modern... We're not going to the movies.
I know.
We're watching it on HBO.
So are you going to buy me chocolate?
No, I'm not.
I would like M&Ms, please. And some strawberry cheesecake.
Thanks for watching, guys. Again, give us some suggestions in this video comment section. Like the video if you haven't already.
Let us know if Poops Creek gets better.
Schitt's Creek. That's what she doesn't like to say. Shits, even though it's not even a swear. It's a place.
I don't say that word. It's a bad word.
It's a last name. Okay.
I don't like it.
I'm just saying. I get it. You're not saying online, but she also wrote Poops Creek
I did.
in her notes instead of just writing Schitt's Creek. It's not even spelled the same. So that's that.
No one's supposed to know that.
Well, now they know. Everyone knows. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you guys want to support the channel, you guys can join as channel members or jump over to the Patreon. And if you do become a patron, you get access to the Discord, which we do book stuff on. And we may start doing some movie things on there, shows. I think we should, once we get this thing going on more and figure it out. We're trying to make it better.
Figure it out.
Ooh, that's soon.
Coming back.
Oh.
What else? Was something
Letterkenny. We're talking about Letterkenny. That's another great show that we like.
that I thought looked really stupid that he made me watch. Also, What We Do in the
I think
Shadows.
I watched the whole first season.
You did. What We Do in the
Multiple
Shadows
seasons,
is
maybe.
another show.
I think I watched the whole thing.
You did.
Before I rewatched it
I think
with
it was
you.
more than one season.
It was like 4 or 5 seasons.
No, it was like 3.
It was like 4 seasons.
So, Letterkenny was a show like that.
What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, but I haven't seen that whole show.
Yeah. It's too long.
Ted Lasso
Ted Lasso was
was
dope.
another one where like he watched the whole thing
Yeah.
and then rewatched the whole thing, and I would totally rewatch it. It's so good.
Yeah, I know.
And then we got Jessica Rose to watch it, and she loved it. And I think her dad watched it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he loved
yeah,
it.
Yeah, and
It's an amazing
Our
show.
friend Jeff watched
The Christmas special, though, awful,
it. It was
terrible. It's like
It
5
was-
minutes
it
long.
was
It's not
weird.
worth it.
Don't waste your time. Yeah, it's dumb.
We watched that too.
Yeah. All right, well, say bye, Meek.
Bye, Meek.
Bye.